Here's the review sheet now. We're up to, we'll do like we did last time. I'll give you time. I'll read the questions here so whoever's online could listen in. But we're up to question 16. Those who are not here before could start from the beginning. And you're gonna do now together, if you want to team up with someone. So you could do from 16 till and including 26. Okay, so does everyone have this in streets? Did I give up my last one? No, oh, it's here. This is the last one. Okay, good. So that just make up for this. Okay, some question 16. Everyone has a review sheet? Everyone has one? Okay. So I'm going to read it here. So whoever's listening online can listen to this. Why are we not allowed to take hot showers or baths? There's actually two reasons. There's one reason essentially, but these days, practically, there's two reasons. Yeah, it'd be a good idea. No, to team up with someone. If you want to team up together with someone, start reviewing it. I'm just going to read it so everyone wants to listen online. Because you don't understand something, you can ask me. You weren't here, you don't know anything, so team up with someone who was here. If not, and you feel you want to ask me, you could ask me. I could, go over with you. Okay, what's the reason why we don't take cold showers? 18, what's the reason for not using soap? For not crushing ice? For not making snowballs? And why we cannot rub salt into your hands? In other words, well, rubbing salt doesn't matter how you rub it, it's the same issue. But practically, usually you're rubbing salt into your hands. I'm saying rubbing salt into your hands. 9, is milking a cow prohibited by the Torah? 20, if one owns a cow, how is it milked on Shabbos? 21, what is the issur of Zoyra? 21 is Zoyra. I'm going to write Zoyra on the board. Zoyra is winnowing. Zoyra means winnowing. If I'm disturbing anyone who's like trying to concentrate and do it on his own, just let me know so I won't. I get disturbed when I hit. I'm letting it's people are talking, but not if they're talking and learning. Usually doesn't disturb me. Talking about other things, and I'm learning. It disturbs me. But if I'm saying the questions and you can't focus, I won't say the questions. I'm just saying it for those who are online. So just let me know. I'm flexible. So Zoida is winnowing, where you take the kernel that's mixed with the chaff, the leftover pieces, you throw into the air, and the wind blows away the lighter part. I'll tell you what the prohibition of is. Practically means you cannot spit into the wind, and the wind separates it. You cannot take confetti and throw it into the wind, and the wind spreads it apart. 22. There are 3 conditions to permit boirer. Okay, I think I'll do enough for now. Who was not here when we did boirer separating? I don't think you were here. We weren't here. So maybe team up with someone who was here.
But we're gonna go through the.
You're doing all 3 together?
Chocolate platform.
Yes.
You know what to do with wants to be on your own? Want to be on your own? Yeah?
Oh.
You still want to be on your own? You're done till where? Till 26? Wow. Do you want to do with someone else and help someone else?
I know it all wrong, you know, so.
Why? I don't think so. Any question you want to ask, you can ask if you're not sure about something. Okay, so you all 3 together, you want to, you know, you're doing it together? Yeah?
We're gonna go through these.
We're gonna go through some.
Okay,
It's best to try yourself, and you have to try, when you have to work on something, you figure something out and try to remember, and then when you go to hear it afterwards, and you start realizing, oh, I got this, oh, it's like this, I thought it was like that, it sinks into your brain deeper
Yeah.
because you were involved with it, like you're
Yeah.
dealing with it, and then, oh, I realize now, I thought, as opposed to saying, okay, yes, no, also looked at it, it's.
yes,
Doesn't-
that's true.
So that's the idea of this.
Yeah.
So battery is running low. Whoa.
Wait.
Anyone wants to come and ask me something, you can ask some questions here.
Yeah, like basically. So they got a table, but this does plan. On the wording. As a result, it is when you brush it with this and in this, you can't. Somebody mean that we will do. And then also. They don't want to.
Right, reading my own thoughts.
Something else. What's the reason for that? Is so crushing face because the emails were in front of your hands. Well, that's why it's
Right.
Making snow. Oh, making snow. Yes.
Okay, there you go, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this just for a moment. Take a look at the board. The definition of Biden. What does it mean separating? You have two separate things, separate. I should say different, not separate. Different. Two different things. They can't be the same thing. It's two different things. Not if it's the same thing. And it's mixed or stuck together. Two different things, mixed or stuck together. That's the definition of Biden. That's what it means separating. Now, just because it's called, you're separating doesn't mean it's prohibited. Right? You're allowed to feel an orange in Shabbos, you're allowed to take the good of the bad, but it's separating, but you're allowed. They allow you because that's called malach, it's called work. That's not called, sorry, it's not called malach, it's called derech achila, it's the way of eating. So you're allowed to take the good from the bad, but you are separating. Technically, you are separating the good from the bad. And you're allowed because it's the way of eating. There are situations that you're allowed that it's not considered separating at all. Anyone get to question 25 already?
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain now what I'm saying in 25. That's exactly what I'm saying in 25. Look at 25 for a moment. Which of the following is considered bayr? Remember, being considered bayr doesn't apply to us. Just because it's called bayr, you separate, doesn't mean it's privileged. So in 25, I'm wanting to write what is called separating. And just because it's called separating doesn't mean you're not allowed to do it, but you are separating. You're allowed to separate the good from the bad. And sometimes you can separate bad from good, like you're allowed to peel arms with conditions. But in 25, I'm asking you, what is bayr? What's the definition of bayr? Has to be two different things, not two of the same things, two different things, and then mixed together, they're stuck together, or even close. If it's very close to each other, where it's perceived as one unit, that's also considered a mixture. So that's what you answer in 25. What is considered separating? Certain things is not even separating. It's like if I take the box of tissue, I pick it up. Am I separating? I'm not doing anything. I'm not separating. Okay. Okay, so I'll give you a little more time to work on the sheet, and then we're going to review it together.
I would change to conform. I hope everything is in the state for it. Yes.
But Rabbi also does in the
Yes.
board like different things. It means like as in like you can have two shirts, they're both shirts. So
Different colors. Okay.
yes,
That's
then they're different things.
correct. So that's right. Is that example in there? If it is, I remember. But if it is two different colored garments, it's in two different items.
Right, so they have to be like identically similar for them to be not
If
considered.
it has a different function, it has a difference. Two different colors, there's a difference. Because I like this color, you like that. I like this color now, so now I'm doing this color, so it's different. It's supposed to be when it's the same thing, but let's say you have an actual example over there. You have look at 25D. Whole and broken pieces mixed together. Right? You have cashews. Whole piece and broken pieces. You separate the broken from the whole. Is that called separated? Is that called a mixture? They're different. It's whole and broken. But is it really different? No, it's the same taste. Taste the
Oh,
same.
the function, like the function of.
Same taste. So kids like old and not the book. It's the same thing. It's the same taste. And that's not even called a mixture. Not called two different things. It's one item. Okay?
Yes.
So if it's two different colors, it's considered different. Doing like food, I don't think we spoke about this too much. Yeah, different tastes. Yeah, fried chicken, baked chicken, roasted chicken, and you have a bunch of slices all mixed together. Fried, baked, roasted, same chicken. There's a different taste. It's different taste.
I see. But like with the cashew example, I think.
Same taste, just a different size for what? But it's not called different, it's called the same thing. But it's not even a mixture. So if it's not a mixture, there's no discussion about, okay, so I'm allowed to do it because I'm eating now. You know, you're allowed to take it with that. That's how you do it. Called the way of eating it. Doesn't matter if you eat it or not. Right? Same thing. Right?
Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes.
We're here all together now? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, one more time? Yourself? Oh? No, ready for your review? Yeah? Okay, 16. Question 16. Why are we not allowed to take hot showers or baths? There's actually two reasons. Shulchan has brought one reason. There is no reason that's in Shulchan why you're not allowed. But these days is actually another reason. So, what is the reason we discussed? Anyone remembers what we discussed? Yeah. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, you wanted it. Okay. Well, just name it on it.
I don't, is one of them igniting a fire?
Yeah. These days you can't take a shower because you can't use hot water. Because when you take hot water, you are cooking. Because when you take hot water, what happens? Automatically, cold water goes, there's pressure. How do you get water? You need pressure to get out the water. The same pressure takes out hot water from the boiler, pushes back cold water to the boiler, so you're cooking the water.
Is this always how it works? Like in all?
As far as I know, unless you have unless you have a boiler that has like a lot of hot water in it, where it's just full of hot water and taking out hot water. Maybe some places like that. I once heard in Eretz Yisrael they have such a system. I heard it years ago. I never verified it. So I don't know if it's exactly what it is, but could be. That's what I heard, that they have like, maybe some places have a big hot water tank up on top. And they're using hot water, they're taking hot water. And there's no cold water going back into the boiler. And then you can use hot water on Shabbos. For what? For washing dishes. No, you still can't take for showers. Because it's the main reason why you can't use hot water for showers. The Chacham al Sages prohibit us to take showers on Shabbos. Because now what anyone knows the reason is? So that's a reason why the custom is that we don't even take cold showers, because you might come to squeeze water out of the air. So we said the reason was because back then there was the public bathhouses and it was the attendants who took care of the bathhouses, and they weren't careful with the laws of Shabbos. And just like by food, you're not allowed to put food on the stove before Shabbos unless it's half cooked. So too, if you're throwing wood into the fireplace before Shabbos, you have to throw it into the fireplace before Shabbos. Has to be enough time that most of it could be already burning. But if you throw it in right before Shabbos, and when Shabbos comes in, it didn't really catch fire, that's prohibited. So because of that, our Seder said, no hot showers, no hot baths on Shabbos. That is the reason. These days, factually, you can't use hot water, period, even for dishes on Shabbos, because you're cooking. Yeah.
What about on
Yom Tov is lenient. Those are strict also. Yom Tov, it's all discussion, but generally speaking, you are allowed to use on Yom Tov. There are those who will be strict on Yom Tov. If you have a boiler, there's some boilers that after a while, what happens is the fire ignites. So when it needs to cook, and it has to start cooking the water again, fire goes on. So there's a fire in the boiler, goes on, off. And at some point, you're using hot water to cause that fire to go on. So you're igniting a fire in Yom Tov. But it's not, it's indirect. You're causing it, and it's not really prohibited it's not actually prohibited according to many opinions. Some are strict. So there is a stringency not to use hot water in Yom Tov if you have a boiler that the fire goes on and off. But there are some boilers that that it just stays on the whole time to fire. So then there's no issue. Because what's the issue? That you're causing the water to cook. Not to cook in Yom Tov. Eid of Tavshilin is when Yom Tov is Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Shabbos. To be allowed to cook on Friday or Shabbos.
No, not
You-
for Yom Tov. If you want to take a shower in Yom Tov, you know.
No, I'm explaining what is Eid of Tavshilin.
Okay.
Eid of Tavshilin is to be allowed to cook from Yom Tov in the second day of Yom Tov to Shabbos. Or if Yom Tov is Friday and Shabbos, to be allowed to cook from Friday to Shabbos. That's what Eid of Tavshilin is for. Eid of Tavshilin has nothing to do with showers on Yom Tov. It doesn't help anything. It just allows you to cook on Yom Tov for Shabbos. The issue of showers and Yom Tov is much more complicated. I'm not going to go into it now. It's not so simple. It's not just about cooking. It's also decreed about not taking showers and Yom Tov. We're not going to go into it now. It's a lot of details about it. But Eid Hashem is going to do that. Yeah.
You mentioned that there are two reasons in the Shulchan Aruch, of why you're not allowed to take hot showers, right?
No, there's one reason, because the bath attendants in those days were not careful, and that's the reason. These days, it happens to be because of the way our houses are built, and we're using hot water, we're actually cooking the water. That's why we can't use hot water to wash dishes. If you wash dishes with cold water, it's not easy. By the way, there is, if you really want to wash dishes on Shabbos with hot water, there's ways how to go around it. You could fill up a pot with boiling water right before Shabbos. You could keep it covered. You could put soap inside before Shabbos. So there's ways how to do it. And, you could take some hot water from the urn in a cup and then pour it into the dishes. So you just need a lot of hot water that's cooked before Shabbos. So the food in the dish is already cooked. It's edible. It's leftover. It's not cooking anything. So if you take hot water in a cup, it's already a cliche. From a cliche, you could pour onto water. I do it sometimes. When I hold the water, so when I warm it up, I fill up the water, regular water with soap. I could a lot of pour soap. A lot to take soap. You speak about dish soap? We discussed. I don't know if we discussed dish soap. We're macham not to use dish soap because when you're rubbing it, you are smoothing it out. So it's like it's the same idea like crushing ice, but you could pour it into water. So you could have the water go into the dishes, and then you could pour soap into it, and then it's all soapy. Then you pour out some of the water, so there's so much water in there. And then you take hot water from a kli sheni, from the earth, and you add it into it. So now it's warm. Then you mush it, you push it around. It's warmish with soap. It's going to clean a little better. And then you rinse it up with cold water. Anyways, yeah.
What if, you install
Mix water into. Yeah, so you could add dish soap into the water. Take dish soap and add it into the water on Shabbos.
But what if you wanna use it for, I don't know, wash some hands, you can add water into the tank of the soap to make it a little bit more liquidy.
No, what I'm saying is add the dish soap into the water.
What if I wanna use this, what if I wanna use it?
Want to use what? The dish soap.
Yeah,
So you want to add water into the dish soap.
yeah.
No, that's not allowed. I'd have to put the dish soap into the water. You take water, then you add dish soap into the water, mush it, push it around, and then you use that water. That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah.
What about hand soap?
Regular soap,
Yeah.
the hard soap,
No,
the bars,
the
the liquids. What about it?
like that.
Could you use it? You don't use liquid soap because when you're rubbing it, you are smoothing it out.
Oh.
So the issue of smoothing is the issue of like you're creating, like we don't crush ice, it looks like you're creating something. So we are strict with that. You can use Shabbos soap.
What's the difference between?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
The Shabbos soap doesn't clean as well. It's not as it's watery. It's watered down, so there's no problem using it in Shabbos because it doesn't have that there's no density to it.
Yeah, because I know what they do to the door is they add water to the liquid soap.
They put water
It
into
is
the liquid
water.
soap.
Yeah, it is very water.
Like water.
But is that okay? Like,
That's not proper. Maybe there's some opinions lechatchila that's not the best way to do it for sure. To add water into the liquid soap. You should be adding the liquid soap into the water. It's like
so what if you put liquid soap in your hand and then add water? Do that. And then
it's
let
not
it-
as good. It could be. I have to look it up. Could be some opinions who say that it's definitely not as good. It's definitely much better to add the liquid soap into the water than putting water onto the liquid soap. I believe it's different. I have to double check. I think that's chatchila how you do it because in putting the water on the liquid soap, you're sort of directly smoothing it out. Liquid soap falls into the water. It's putting ice cubes into the water. It's going to dissolve. It's different. The liquid soap should go into the water. But I don't check about this. Yeah.
Okay, so to wash my hands, or at least when I wash my hands, I wet my hands first and then I take soap. So my question is, wouldn't that be kind of soap? Because water is already on your hands, the hands are wet with
Your
water.
hands are wet, yeah.
And then you can put on regular soap in that case. I mean, follow what you're saying now.
Your hands are wet, right? Now you're putting liquid soap onto your hands. How much water is on your hands? You're actually holding water in your hand? No, it's wet. So there is putting water in your hands. You make a little cup and there's water in there. You put liquid soap. That's one way. In case liquid soap is going to the water. But if your hands are just wet, you're not holding any water in your hands. And then you put liquid soap on your hands. Liquid soap is not dissolving. And then you're rubbing the liquid soap. You make a little, holder that you hold in water, and the liquid soap dissolves into that water. You're a drop of liquid soap, then it's dissolving into the water. That makes sense.
So then that's permitted.
If you have a significant amount of water, you want the liquid soap should dissolve into the water. The hand is just wet like this, and putting liquid soap is sitting there. It's not dissolving, it's there. And then you're rubbing the liquid soap. So we say you're not supposed to use liquid soap. Just because your hands are, you get what I'm saying? Makes sense? Your hands are wet, so what? But you're using the liquid soap. The idea is that you don't want to smooth out the liquid soap. Because it's like you're creating something. It's like you don't crush ice, it's the same idea. But if it dissolves by itself in the water, that's like you could take ice and put it into water, because you don't see how it's dissolving. So if it's not divisible, it's not an issue. Because it's only rabbinic, it's only because it gives the impression of work in Shabbos. So if it's not, it's dissolving, liquid soap dissolved into the water without you rubbing the liquid soap, that's okay. So that's what it's about. It's about dissolving on its own without you rubbing the liquid soap. Yeah.
Can I put it directly in the water?
Again,
Can I put it directly in the water?
when you put liquid soap into hot water,
No, like this, I into the whole water. No.
yes, so I've seen it brought down that you could. It's brought down that you could. I'm not sure. I haven't had time to understand the reasoning because why isn't it cooking? I guess because it doesn't dissolve. It's brought down that you could put ice cubes into hot water. That's what it's brought down, but I didn't really understand the reasoning. Right? That's what it says. Seems like it's a reliable source.
So, sorry, just to clarify, what's the best way to do soap on Shabbos? Like to rub their hands?
Liquid soap?
Yeah, like,
The same. Put liquid soap into the water.
what, like, I, okay,
It should be some water. it should contain a little water in your hand, and then put a drop of liquid soap into the water,
Okay.
and now it dissolved into the water. Yeah, clear, so, no,
Wait, one more question about it then. So I have this, you know, this liquid, so that it's liquid and then it becomes transfer foam,
yeah,
like it's water, it's around water. It's water, but then when you press on it, it becomes foam.
yeah, I remember hearing about this, I don't think it's a problem.
The very good money, if it's not, if you pour them in, it's not fall off water. Can you use it or? just-
It's liquid, and because of the pressure, it becomes foam.
Yes,
I don't think there's any problem.
like the best one, you know?
It's, 1 second. It's the same. I'm thinking about liquid, I wasn't thinking about the smoothie, I was thinking about the foam.
Oh.
actually. This is regular liquid soap?
Not regular, watered down.
Oh, it's watered down, okay, yeah, I now don't, fine, so watered down is okay. The issue is because it's turning into foam is not, so what,
It's near the foam, but near the foam.
so what?
So that's
Foam.
fine,
It's, you're saying it's watered down, right?
yeah.
It's watered down, the foam, we don't care about the foam, foam is, it doesn't create any issue, no.
I've seen shop houses where like they'll have that type of soap, but it'll be scented, like, apple or whatever. Is that okay? Like, it's not a problem?
Okay, so could you use soap that's scented? Very good question. So, is the reason why you're using? Okay, so the question is their interest, does it create a scent into your hands?
Yeah.
And that's why they put the scent into the soap. I assume that's the purpose when they put it there, to create a scent in your hands. So that's an issue, because you cannot create a scent in your body. Unless,
If that was already there.
very good, if the scent is already there and it's still something left, and you're just adding more to the same scent, then it's okay.
Work on it every like.
You create a scent in your hands. Yeah, it's not practical to leave it out to people. I'm saying in theory, if you like, you're gonna make sure you, before shouting, the scent is still there, and you keep on adding every few hours, and it's like, it's not practical, just, you know. Yeah. Yeah, are we clear now with the soap? Oh. Oh, so that was basically question 18. I think 18 is clear now. Oh, we didn't say what the reason is. We already mentioned it. That's the reason. In 18, why can't you use soap, crushing ice, making snowballs on Shabbos? What's the issue with snowballs? Because when you putting pressure, automatically there's some liquid oozing out. That's how it is. Rubbing salt, because it gives the impression like you're creating water. The Chum don't like the things that gives an impression of that's like you're creating something that did not exist before. That is the reason. Okay, so a little more time. Is it prohibited to milk a cow min hatoira? It's prohibited min hatoira to milk a cow. 20. If one owns a cow, how's it milk on Shabbos? How do you milk it on Shabbos if you're not allowed to milk a cow on Shabbos? Yeah, there's truth to what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's correct. You can't use the milk that was milked on Shabbos. How do you milk it? How do you milk it? Who milks it on Shabbos? You get allowed. You get a guy to milk the cow for you on Shabbos. Yeah, you get a guy to milk the cow for you on Shabbos, and what do you do if he's your worker? He works for you. He gets paid for the whole, he gets salary for the year for doing his job. Fine, but if not, if you have to get him to come and he's doing you a favor and he's doing it for you, then you're supposed to. Okay, yeah. Well, you're supposed to what?
Give him the milk.
Give him the milk. Very good. You tell him the milk is yours. So like this, he's doing it for himself, not for you.
Why do you want to make anyway?
Cows in pain. You have to kill them. Cows in pain. You have to. And then you buy back the milk from him after Shabbos, and it doesn't have to be the full price. If let's say it's worth $50 and gives to you for $5, it's also good. It doesn't have to be the full price. They're willing to give you for a fraction of the price. It's also good. What if the option is not available? And we didn't discuss this, but we can discuss now. 20. What if you don't have a guy? An animal's in pain. You know what you do? You know? Oh, you learned this before. Okay, good. What you do is, why is it extracting? Because extracting milk, food from an animal that's not edible now. So it's food, like food for waste. What you're going to do is you're going to accomplish that this food will also become waste. You're going to milk it in such a way that it won't be milk. It'll be garbage. How? You'll milk it over something that's going to make the milk inedible, over something that's, we say, earth, sand, you put sand in a bucket and the milk goes into it and it's not drinkable anyways. Or you put, if there's other stuff that, chemicals or whatever that you're gonna milk right over it, then it's gonna make the milk inedible. Now the milk is not considered milk. It's not drinkable. It's like waste. So now you're not extracting food from waste. You sort of extract like waste from waste. So now you're not transgressing on the fabric unextracted. Okay? So we're gonna leave it here, and we will continue with Hashem on Wednesday. Okay. Yes.
Would you be able to milk it over